but technically he's not out yet, and he's pretty popular, so I'll be his beard until I can springboard off of him to a straight boyfriend.
Mindy Kaling's highly acclaimed Netflix series Never Have I Ever has just started airing what looks to be a superb second season. Slated as one of the best shows on Netflix right now, it's a semi-autobiographical coming-of-age comedy drama that follows young Devi Vishwakumar as she navigates her way around Boston during her tentative years. Join us as we delve into the best unscripted moments from Never Have I Ever. We're unraveling the funny moments that shouldn't have happened and taking you on a behind-the-scenes adventure into the world of Netflix's latest blockbuster. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Our first unscripted moment comes from one of our most loved characters. Patton Hall Yoshida received a name change mere days before filming commenced. It's a really nice story about culture and inclusion, and it goes a little something like this. Darren Barnett, who plays Yoshida, was seen speaking Japanese on set by one of the writers and was asked if he would mind the name change to acknowledge his mixed ancestry. He was obviously stoked, and the rest is history. Next up, we're talking about the casting. Mindy Kaling has always been hands-on with her work. From the Mindy Project to writing sketches for Saturday Night Live, she's always taken a proactive approach to seeing her vision through to the end. Doing the same for her latest offering, Mindy took her show's casting into her own hands and advertised an open call on social media. She said that she felt that this was the only way she could find actors who were actually high school age. She wanted the show to be as authentic as possible, and using real kids was the best possible way of achieving her vision. She told Line TV in 2020, "Listen, there's so many incredibly successful teen shows where the actors are like 28. We were such fans of shows like Freaks and Geeks, where the kids are so authentic. They really seem that age, that we had to do the open casting call." Our next unscripted moment was a live one, literally. The Coyote Devi was attacked by in episode 1 was completely real. This daring move was made by the production company to make one scene as realistic as possible. Whilst it was dangerous, the cast and crew were protected at all times with animal handlers, veterinarians, and emergency services all on set just in case anything went down. Could you imagine being a young actor having to pet a wild coyote? We can't either, and we take our hats off to Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, who plays Devi, for her bravery on set throughout the whole escapade. Next up, we learn how Maitreyi learned to play the harp, especially for the show. Now that's some commitment and is one of the reasons why this show has resonated with so many people. It's the little things, the attention to detail, and the nuances that create a truly engaging story that I think many of us can relate to. Maitreyi trained for 3 months whilst preparing for her role, and her talent is clear for all to see. She's seen multiple times throughout the series delicately plucking at the strings of the harp as if she were a professional. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, she spoke about her newfound talent, explaining that was so cool, being able to get harp lessons and learn a brand new instrument. Our next behind-the-scenes gag will leave you speechless. After a table read, the cast thought it would be a good idea to go bowling, seeing as they had a 3-hour gap to fill between being needed back on set. Good idea, right? Wrong. The talented cast were never allowed to leave the set in the first place. You see, with a cast of this size, it's easy for 1, 2, or more actors to cause delays by not being on set at the appropriate time. With all of the actors out having fun at the bowling alley, it's a major headache for the film studios and production companies who have to make sure everyone's punctual. Why, do you ask? Well, as the old saying goes, time is money, and that's especially true in the entertainment industry. Cheeky Darren Barnett had this to say about the moment he and the other actors arrived back on set. "I have everyone in my car, and we come back and they're like, 'What happened? Are you guys okay?'" Our next moment comes in the form of a TikTok. In the age of internet stardom, the potential for viral videos is immense. The Never Have I Ever TikTok account has over 714,000 followers as of the publication of this video. The young stars made a now viral TikTok dance video that entertained audiences in the millions. Adorning matching red dresses, the three friends, Devi, Fabiola, and Eleanor, took to the stage to perform the iconic dance that we all know and love today. The threesome didn't have much time at all to practice choreography for the dance and used their free time between takes whilst filming to rehearse. We really totally lucked out with the TikTok. We were writing this in the summer of 2019, so we had no idea how big the platform was going to become, writer Amina Munir said. Next up is something that we think all cast members should do. When filming for season 1 wrapped, the cast wore fancy dress costumes and attended Halloween horror nights at Universal Studios. It's not often that you hear about genuine friendships, especially in Hollywood, but this group seems to have forged real bonds with each other. As we mentioned earlier, the cast seems to all get along really well, and we think it's super cute. The group posted pictures of their Halloween adventure on Instagram for all to see, which shows that they definitely aren't shy about their friendships. Fans went crazy when the group posted their selfies together, inundating the cast members with supportive messages. One fan commented, "I wish I had a group of supportive friends/colleagues just like this." Next up is something that we think holds the whole show together. It's the love interest that was never supposed to happen. Could you imagine if Devi and Ben never had a romantic connection? We can't either, and that's why the writers made changes in the script to incorporate this when they saw the chemistry between Maitreyi and Jaren Lewison, who plays Ben. When we saw them sparring with each other and it was almost flirtatious, we were like, okay, there are some sparks here, even though they're being incredibly mean to one another, series co-creator Lang Fisher revealed. It's a good thing that the writers took note when they did, because we can't picture Devi with anyone else. Let us know in the comments section below if you think the pair make a good match. Next up, we're talking about the 30-second Bollywood scene that took a whole month to film. No expense was spared when it came to filming this intricate Bollywood scene. Dancers and costume designers were flown in directly from India to work on this jaw-dropping spectacle. Every detail had to be perfect in order to offer an authentic look into the life and culture of Bollywood. It was important for Mindy to get this right, having watched and been inspired herself by Indian cinema from a very young age. Choreographer Joya Kotsi said that it took roughly 30 days to complete the full production. We think it's one hell of a good scene, and if you haven't seen it yet, we suggest you stop what you're doing right now and go and watch it. Last on our list today, we have what we can only define as a Gen Z moment. Sorry, Gen Z. Maitreyi, the rising young starlet, didn't have the faintest idea who John McEnroe was before he was cast as the show's narrator. It's not hard to see why a 15-year-old wouldn't be familiar with an icon such as John McEnroe, but nevertheless, we're still a little shocked. I definitely had to Google him up before that episode. When I read the script for the first episode, me and a couple of castmates had to figure out who is this narrator, she said in an interview with 17 magazine. So what's next for the show? Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter, the cast shared the importance of representation, how showcasting new and diverse talent was a big win, and what's to come. So expect more amazing, culturally diverse performances from an outstandingly talented cast and crew. Mindy Kaling is definitively proving that you can create a successful show with diverse stories for diverse actors. It's the kind of stories that we don't get to hear every day that keep audiences hooked. It offers up a snippet into a reality that we never thought we'd get a chance to see. And there you have it. That completes our deep dive behind the scenes of everyone's favorite new television series, Never Have I Ever. Do you know of any behind the scenes gossip that we may have missed? If so, don't be shy and let us know in the comment section below. We hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more great videos just like this one.